something about NYU that I really like is its ability to bring such a global community and kind of place us into what's arguably the best city in the world. But I think people get lost in the fact that it's like the epicenter of media and pop culture and all the things like that, that people forget, even myself, that it's also home to such a cool and amazing community of people. So coming into the women's soccer program, one of the values that we're supposed to like really follow is engage. So I kind of went out of the way to make sure that I was trying to engage not only with the NYU community, but with New York City and the neighborhoods, not only Manhattan, but the surrounding boroughs as well. So when I first got to the city, a lot of things were closed down, and honestly, I come from a big family and a big community back home. So I was not only like, did I want to, I kind of felt the need to put down roots of sorts. So I looked up some political organizations that were doing volunteering efforts, but I also looked into just New York City coat drives and food drives. And I ended up making some really good friends, whether ages 18 to 70, in the Bronx and Queens. So it was really nice to kind of set down roots and meet people, and then also see how they, who lived here their whole lives, how they engage with the community. And everyone's really there to help each other. So we went through a really hard time in 2020 and 2021, and I'm privileged enough to be able to go to an institution like NYU, and I have a roof over my head and food on the table. So I really thought it was the least I could do to kind of immerse myself in the community by helping other people, like the members of the community, help each other. Our team leader, David, who was in the Bronx, he is a lot older than me. He's a dad, but he was someone who I first connected with, and he didn't only introduce me to a couple other people and take me along to their organization events, but he kind of put himself out there as a friend, because he knew that I was moving to New York City with not knowing many people. So he kind of let me not only experience opportunities of meeting people, but he was a friend in and of himself. So he was really helpful in the first couple months that I was organizing.
What have the biggest takeaways been working in these areas?
I think voting is so important because we have a democracy, but it really only works when everyone has a voice. So it's like we've seen in the past that throughout history, certain groups, minorities especially, have been suppressed of that right. So my kind of inclination was just, I hopped on with a couple political organizations, and just being able to go door to door and spread information about voting times, poll locations, how to fill out the census, all that kind of stuff. Because I think that our democracy works when people are being represented, whether that's through the census, through voting, or anything like that. So I kind of took the opportunity of being in New York City and being surrounded by so many political organizations and volunteer opportunities to just the best I can to reach out to the New York City community to do that.
Awesome. Skills that come with that.
Yeah, so I think a school like NYU, you're guaranteed to have students who are super hardworking, ambitious, just all around go-getters. But coming into a team at NYU, you're not only guaranteed that in the students, but in the athletes as well. So you see the ambitious student, but you also see the ambitious athlete, and that kind of works as a unit rather than individuals. So I think that it's really a credit to our coaches and our upperclassmen, this kind of mentality of being ambitious and being hardworking, but still staying together as a team. And, just making everything like your best effort, but managing it also, whether it's classes or soccer or extracurriculars. We kind of have this like team mentality to help each other out, but also like stay really ambitious and hardworking towards it.
You hope to have.
Okay. So I think 2021, the past couple years, but 2020 and 2021 in particular, have been really challenging in terms of racial inequality and injustices, kind of not only across the country but across the world. So I think that our team has been really good at making an environment where people feel comfortable and open to share their experiences, not only on our team but in an institution like NYU as well. So I think that we've been able to turn those experiences into conversation, and then that conversation can turn into action and just creating an environment where people feel safe and comfortable and honestly encouraged to share their experiences so our team can kind of navigate through these hard times, whether it's with the pandemic or with the kind of awakening in the racial justice and equality problems that we've been having. So I think that kind of staying together as a team, but also embracing the fact that we're all individuals and we have individual experiences that we want to share, I think that's really important because it opens up team conversation.